There are places on this planet that reject us. Places wrapped in silence, sealed by governments, nature, or curses so old they've become law. From islands crawling with venomous death to vaults that could rewrite everything we know about human history. These are real places you're not allowed to set foot in. But here's the question. What secrets are so dangerous, so earth-shattering, that entire nations would rather the world never see them? Let's take a journey to the forbidden corners of our world, because these are 15 mysterious places you cannot visit. The world is mapped, photographed, and indexed down to every pebble. Or so we think. Yet, scattered across continents are zones completely off-limits, guarded by armed patrols, ancient taboos, or the sheer fury of nature itself. They're not from science fiction. They exist right now, and each one hides a story that makes the human imagination look small. So, grab your curiosity, and maybe your passport, because we're about to explore what humanity has locked away. Alright, let's dive into this. Because once you know about these places, you'll never look at the world the same again. 1. North Sentinel Island, the island that kills strangers. In the heart of the Bay of Bengal lies North Sentinel Island, a fragment of the Stone Age sealed inside the modern world. Its inhabitants, the Sentinelese, have lived in isolation for tens of thousands of years. When outsiders approach, they're met not with curiosity, but with spears and arrows. In 2018, a missionary tried to reach them. He never returned. The Indian government quickly banned all contact. No boats, no drones, no exceptions. Even disease could annihilate the tribe overnight. To protect their world and ours, the island remains completely off-limits. A living reminder that not every corner of Earth wants to be discovered. Some stories, it seems, are meant to stay untold. 2. Snake Island, the island of 1,000 deaths. Off Brazil's coast, there's an island so dangerous that even the Navy avoids it. It's called Ilha da Queimada Grande, better known as Snake Island. Every square meter of land hides a serpent, mostly golden lanceheads, one of the deadliest snakes on Earth. Their venom can melt flesh, stopping the heart within minutes. The last lighthouse keeper fled decades ago after a horrifying attack. Today, the Brazilian government strictly forbids entry. Only scientists with military escorts are ever allowed to set foot there. And even then, only briefly. Legends whisper that pirates once buried treasure beneath its trees, but no one dares to look, because on Snake Island, even the grass bites back. 3. The Vatican Secret Archives, the Forbidden Library of God. Beneath the marble streets of Vatican City lies a vault of unimaginable knowledge, the Vatican Apostolic Archives. 85 kilometers of shelves filled with ancient manuscripts, papal letters, and forbidden texts that trace back over 1,000 years. Inside, you'll find Galileo's trial records, Michelangelo's letters, and documents from kings and conquerors. But beyond those lie files no outsider has ever seen, sealed from public eyes for centuries. Some say they contain lost gospels. Others whisper of evidence that could rewrite human history. Only a handful of scholars are granted access, under watch, for minutes at a time. What could be so dangerous about words on paper? Perhaps the truth they hold isn't meant for the living. 4. Area 51, the Desert of Secrets. Deep in Nevada's desert, surrounded by mountains and silence, lies Area 51, America's most infamous forbidden zone. For decades, its existence was officially denied. Now, it's acknowledged, but never explained. This is where experimental aircraft were tested, the U-2 spy plane, the stealth bomber. But that's only what they tell us. Strange lights, crashed saucers, and claims of alien bodies have fueled endless theories. Satellite photos show massive expansions underground, purpose unknown. Even airliners must steer miles clear of its borders. Visitors are warned, step past the fence and armed patrols will respond. Whatever the truth may be, one fact remains. Area 51 is where secrecy itself was born. 5. The Lascaux Caves, the prehistoric Sistine Chapel. In 1940, 4 teenagers in southern France chased their dog into a hole and stumbled into prehistory. The Lascaux Caves were filled with paintings older than civilization itself. Wild horses, bison, and human figures painted nearly 17,000 years ago. But once the world discovered them, disaster followed. The breath and heat of thousands of visitors caused mold and bacteria to bloom, eating away the art. By 1963, France sealed the caves forever. Now, only a few scientists enter, wearing protective suits under strict time limits. To save humanity's oldest masterpiece, we had to lock it away from humanity itself. A perfect replica, Lascaux 2, stands nearby, but the real cave sleeps, untouched, sacred, and forever forbidden. 6. Poveglia Island, the island of the dead. Just beyond Venice's calm blue waters lies a place Italians refuse to speak of. Poveglia Island. It looks peaceful from a distance, but this small patch of land once witnessed pure horror. During the Black Plague, thousands of victims were dumped here, burned alive to stop the disease. Later, it became an asylum, a place where patients whispered of shadows and screams echoing from empty rooms. Doctors went missing. Nurses quit overnight. Today, the island stands silent, abandoned and legally off-limits. Locals swear they still hear cries carried by the wind. Developers tried to buy it. Every deal mysteriously collapsed. Some places hold energy that refuses to die, and Poveglia, they say, is one of them. 7. Mount Weather. America's secret doomsday city. Buried deep under the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia lies Mount Weather, one of the US government's most secret facilities. During the Cold War, it was built as a fully functional underground city, equipped with power grids, hospitals, broadcast systems, and even its own government. If Washington, D.C. were destroyed, America would continue from here. When the 9/11 attacks occurred, top officials were quietly flown into Mount Weather's tunnels, confirming it's not just rumor, but reality. No civilian has ever been allowed inside. Behind those steel blast doors lies the blueprint for a second America, a silent backup civilization ready to rise if the first one falls. It's not science fiction, it's contingency. 8. Surtsey Island, the island born from fire. In 1963, the sea off Iceland began to boil. Fishermen watched as smoke and ash rose from the ocean, and a brand new island was born. They called it Surtsey, after a fire giant from Norse mythology. Scientists quickly declared it off-limits to everyone, sealing it as a natural laboratory to study how life begins. Since then, no tourist has set foot on it. Only a handful of biologists, strictly regulated, can visit for research, disinfected, monitored, and limited in time. They've watched mosses grow, birds nest, and ecosystems evolve from nothing. Surtsey is one of the few places on Earth where creation itself is still happening, and humans are forbidden, for once, from interfering with nature's story. 9. The tomb of Qin Shi Huang, China's untouched emperor. In 1974, farmers digging a well in China's Shanxi province unearthed a discovery that stunned the world. The Terracotta Army, thousands of clay soldiers standing guard. But the real treasure still lies untouched. Beneath a massive mound rests Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China. His tomb has never been opened. Ancient texts describe rivers of mercury flowing around a palace of gold, and modern tests confirm the soil is saturated with toxic mercury levels. Chinese authorities refuse to excavate, fearing irreparable damage and deadly contamination. So the emperor still sleeps in darkness, surrounded by myths, mercury, and silence. For over 2,000 years, not a single eye has seen inside his eternal empire. 10. The Doomsday Vault, the world's frozen backup. Far north, deep inside an Arctic mountain on the island of Svalbard, lies a vault built to outlive humanity. It's called the Svalbard Global Seed Vault, a repository of over 1 million seed samples from every nation on Earth. Its purpose? To preserve life after catastrophe. Flood, famine, war. Whatever comes, these seeds can regrow the world, but access is strictly controlled. Only a few scientists and officials are allowed inside, and only to deposit or withdraw in crisis. Ironically, in 2017, melting permafrost from climate change flooded its entrance. A reminder that even our plans for survival aren't safe from the future. It stands today, cold and silent, humanity's ultimate plan B. 11. Niihau Island, Hawaii's forbidden paradise. Just 18 miles west of Kauai lies Niihau, the forbidden island of Hawaii. Privately owned since 1864, it's home to around 170 native Hawaiians. And outsiders are not welcome. No paved roads, no stores, no modern tourism. Electricity is limited, and residents speak Hawaiian as their first language. Even photography is forbidden without permission. Only invited guests, usually relatives or government officials, are allowed to visit. The owners say they're protecting culture from modern influence, preserving an untouched way of life. Critics call it isolation, but Niihau remains what the rest of Hawaii has lost, a living time capsule, a paradise locked behind invisible walls where time stopped a century ago and refuses to move forward. 12. Mezhgorye, Russia's secret mountain base. Hidden in Russia's Ural Mountains lies a closed city shrouded in silence. Mezhgorye. Officially, it doesn't exist. Unofficially, it guards Mount Yamantau, a site many believe hides Russia's largest nuclear bunker. Satellite images show vast construction beneath the mountain. Tunnels, ventilation shafts, and rail lines. The Kremlin insists it's a mining operation or food storage facility. But defectors whisper it's far more. A self-sustaining underground command center built for survival during global war. No foreigner has ever entered. Even locals nearby are forbidden to speak about it. Since the Soviet era, Mezhgorye has stayed sealed. A ghost city of workers and soldiers, still humming beneath the earth, preparing for a world that hopefully never comes. 13. Heard Island, the volcano. Nobody can see between Antarctica and Madagascar lies. Heard Island, one of the most remote places on Earth. Owned by Australia, it's almost impossible to reach, surrounded by brutal seas, glaciers, and roaring winds. Its heart is Big Ben, an active volcano that erupts through ice and snow. Because of its fragile ecosystem, the island is closed to the public. Only a handful of scientists have ever landed there, and their expeditions read like survival tales, battling waves, frostbite, and endless silence. Those who've seen it describe a world untouched since creation, black ash, meeting white ice beneath clouds of steam. Heard Island is proof that parts of Earth still belong only to nature, and nature has no interest in company. 14. Room 39, North Korea's hidden empire. At the heart of Pyongyang lies a mystery even darker than its politics, Room 39. Officially, it's part of the ruling party's finance department. In reality, it's one of the most secretive organizations on Earth. Defectors claim it handles billions in hidden assets, funding everything from luxury imports to nuclear weapons. Counterfeiting, gold smuggling, and secret trade deals are said to flow through its accounts. Only a few elite officials know what truly happens behind those reinforced doors. Western intelligence agencies call Room 39 North Korea's financial heart, but no one outside the regime has ever seen it. A reminder that in Pyongyang, even money moves in the shadows. It's secrecy, turned into an institution. 15. Pine Gap, the eye in the outback. In the endless red deserts of central Australia lies Pine Gap, a joint US-Australian intelligence base surrounded by fences and mystery. Officially, it tracks satellites and supports communication systems. Unofficially, it's one of the key nodes in global surveillance operations, part of the Five Eyes network. Locals call it Australia's Area 51. Even drones are banned from flying overhead. Rumors speak of underground tunnels, advanced radar systems, even alien monitoring tech. But one thing is certain, no civilian has ever seen what lies beyond its perimeter. From the outside, it's silent. From the inside, it watches the world. Pine Gap is the eye that never blinks, the outback's most heavily guarded secret. These 15 places are sealed not by myth, but by decision. Governments, nature, and time have all conspired to keep us out. And maybe that's for the best, because what lies beyond those fences, those oceans, and those ancient doors might change everything we know about the world. But here's the thing, this list only scratches the surface. There are still ancient chambers beneath the sands, secret rooms under cities, and islands erased from maps. So stay curious, because in the next chapter, we'll uncover 15 more forbidden places the world doesn't want you to see. Until then, remember, history isn't hidden because it's boring. It's hidden because it's powerful.